I just want to be happy. Why do I feel depressed all the time? What is the cause of my lack of happiness? It just seems like I'll never be happy. I just hate being sad all the time. How do you achieve happiness? I just miss my old self back when I was happy. Why is everyone happy except me? Why is happiness so hard to come by me?
Why does happiness come and go? I truly believe happiness is simply just a feeling that comes and goes, and I'm sure this is the reason why you might feel extremely happy for a couple days, maybe even a couple of weeks, but eventually something gets thrown into your life that makes the happiness go away. And a gigantic lie I think the media has heavily brainwashed us with is the idea of becoming eternally happy. The idea of living the rest of your life with a feeling of endless happiness. But that's literally not true. Take a look around at the people in your environment. Take a look at your family. Take a look at the people in your town you live in. Take a look at the people in your work or school. You could probably agree that most of them don't seem that happy. The Rock himself has admitted that he deals with heavy depression even with all of the massive accomplishments he was able to achieve as an actor. Michael Phelps once said he used to spend days locked in his room not wanting to be alive, despite being the most successful swimmer in the world. Okay, so what's my point with this? Am I just here to tell you to be depressed forever and how you should just accept your sad and lonely life? No, because although you might not be in a positive place right now, that as well is also temporary. And you might notice that this feeling of depression might stick with you longer than they do for others. You might notice some people get back up on their feet pretty quickly and they begin to be all happy again, while you're still locked in your room not wanting to do anything, not wanting to clean your room, not wanting to exercise, not wanting to go to school or work, and shit, not even wants to take a shower. And that's okay. It's okay to feel unmotivated. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel extremely rejected, because this is how you grow. Those dark, painful times where you feel lonely and lost is the water that grows your plant. Think about it. Imagine if you were actually happy and content every single day for the rest of your life. No heartbreaks, no bullying, no trauma, no nothing, just happy, happy, happy. I truly believe you miss out on so many great life-changing experiences and you just become the average Joe. Because if you were happy all the time, you just look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I might be extremely overweight, but I never get bullied about it, so why change, right? Or something like, hey, I have this gorgeous loving partner that will never leave me no matter what I do. So forget about showing my partner kind words of appreciation. Forget about asking my partner if they are okay. Forget about being loyal. I just lay back and let myself go because they won't leave me anyway. My point is, happiness will never transform you the same way tragic and darkness does. Even though it's okay to not be okay, this doesn't mean you sit back and wait for who knows how long until you get a shot with a burst of happiness that will leave you shortly afterwards. Instead, you create your own happiness, and you create it by accomplishing something you're truly proud of. Think of a time where you hyper-studied an extremely important test at school. You sacrifice hours of your time to study. You sacrifice hanging out with your friends to go study. You sacrifice doing the usual fun stuff to study, and when the day finally arrives to do your test, you pass. And for the ones who know, the feeling of accomplishment you get afterwards is insane. Not only because you pass, but because you realize how capable you are doing hard things when you put your mind into it. It's like going to the gym. If you're someone who has been able to build the habit of going to the gym and eating healthy consistently, then you've probably built a physique that you're somewhat proud of. You might not have accomplished your dream physique yet, but you could probably admit that you're in better shape than before you started the gym. But your physique isn't really what makes you proud of yourself. What makes you proud of yourself is knowing how much time and dedication you put into achieving your physique. Your pride won't come from having a six-pack, but it comes from the flashbacks you get from watching everyone enjoy eating their pizza, burgers, and donuts, and all that BS while you were eating clean and watching your diet. Your pride won't come from having nice shoulders and muscular back and massive quads. It comes from the flashbacks you get from watching everyone skip the gym to do something fun while you were hitting the best workouts of your damn life in a big lonely gym. This is when you start becoming proud of yourself for simply just being you. By simply pushing your limits when you didn't have to. And this is what translates to happiness. By simply pushing your limits when you could just stay at home, be on the couch and just watch Family Guy for 10 hours straight and just skip the gym, you know? And I truly believe this is what translates to happiness. The good type of happiness. The happiness that you earned. The happiness that you built and created. The happiness that you can highly enjoy and embrace while you have it, because eventually it will once fade away. So whenever you're blessed with this emotion and the feeling of happiness, accept it and enjoy it while you have it, because happiness is temporary.